Okay then. So, why do you think the rivalry is there between Brighton and Palace?
I think it goes back many, many years. You don't want me to look at the camera, do you?
No, no.
I think it went back to when they were in the England teams together. I'm not really sure of their history, but I know for a fact that they didn't get on with each other. Um, the origins of their rivalry, I don't know, but they were two sort of young, relatively successful managers coming through at the same time, I think. And I think that they didn't have a lot of time for each other, partly because of that.
So do you think like both teams were looking for the same goal? They both wanted to. They were in the same division.
Yeah, we were in the
Both
same
similar
division,
sort of skill.
similar sort of levels, similar levels of support, and also I think what's important is they were connected. Whilst they're not geographically very close to each other, just sort of logistically getting from Palace to Brighton or Brighton to Palace is actually very easy because it's just there's a 35-minute train from East Croydon, so I don't think just they're in the third division, but both getting very big crowds, both sort of coming up the leagues, and in the end, we both ended up going into the first division together at the same time back in 1979. I think the rivalry just sort of built and grew for.
The Brighton Pier used to be called the Palace Pier, and since I saw the rivalry or whether it's changed the name.
Well,
Or do you think that's coincidence or?
I personally think it's coincidence. A lot of people like to claim credit for the Palace Pier being renamed Brighton Pier, but I just think it's a coincidence.
And like I've read that Brighton, now known as the Seagulls, used to be called the Dolphins, but they've changed that a little bit.
When we became the Eagles, it's got that it's got a bit more of a sexy image to it. Whether it works or not, I don't know. And then obviously we had that Eagles chant that Brighton then adopted when they became the Seagulls. That's right.
Now Brighton are in the same league as Palace. Do you think the rivalry is going to be sparked up a bit more? It's going to be a bit more rivalry between the two.
Well, I think it will get a bit more attention. Obviously, we've been playing each other for some time back in the lower leagues, but this is the first time. Obviously, we were in the old first division together back in the late 70s and early 80s. I think it'll get a lot more attention. This will be the first time we've both been in the Premier League at the same time. For the last sort of 10, 20 years or so, I think we've sort of looked down our nose a bit at Brighton, but now obviously they're back in the Premier League. They've got a great new stadium. If we're honest, we're a bit envious of it. We like the stadium that we play in, but it is a bit rough and in need of updating. Brighton Stadium is great. It will get some attention. Otherwise, there's something wrong if it doesn't.
Yeah.
I think, I think it'll be exciting. I think it'll be quite a sort of a passionate day. I'm sure people, especially those of my generation, will think back to the old days and the matches of when, perhaps quite an unpleasant time really. With fighting at football, and I think that sort of died out now. I think the rivalry is a bit more in terms of what the young people call banter, but hopefully it'll be two good games, and hopefully Palace will win both.